The reasoning behind this was that rather than create something which was a fixed system, we wanted to give people the choice of how to configure a 5.1 system for their home cinema. So not just stereo speakers to go with a stereo amplifier, but also speakers where you could create your own system at home. So for example, you could have the Ollie 3s, which are the floor standards at the front, C2 centre channel in the middle, the subwoofer can go anywhere, and perhaps a pair of Ollie 1s at the back. And you'll have a fantastic sounding home cinema system. Now the Ollie 1s and the MC4, this is a fabulous package. The performance of these, it's award-winning. Again, I suppose we either got lucky or we've got incredibly good designers. It's probably the latter. These are winning 5-star awards and Best Speaker of the Year awards all across Europe and now in the States as well. They're beautifully finished, beautifully engineered. Again, if you want to look at the numbers and the specifications, then please go on the website, take a look at it. But it's not really going to tell you very much. You've got to go into the shop and listen to them, and listen to them with the sound preferably, and then you've got the best system in the marketplace. Now moving on, we've got two new systems here today. We've got the Charlie 2.0 and the Charlie 2.1. 2.0 basically means 2 speakers, and the 2.1, 2 speakers and the subwoofer. Both of the Charlie systems come with a iPhone dock, except this is somewhat different to all of the other docks that are out in the market today. This is actually a wireless dock, which means you can have the dock close by you when you've got your iPod or iPhone inserted, and the speakers can be the other side of the room. Now the broadcast distance is about 15 metres line of sight, and then depending on the construction of your house, it will also broadcast through walls, so you could have your dock in one room and speakers in another room. And in the future, we'll make the speakers available on their own, so you can have multiple speaker systems around the house running from one dock. Now, the reason behind this, it's about convenience, and we're guilty of doing what every other manufacturer on the planet does. We produce remote controls for all of our products. But in my opinion, and the opinion of the team of very talented people that I work with, the remote controls are pretty much useless, other than for play, stop and mute. Because if you've got your system the other side of the room from you, and you want to change a track on your iPod or your iPhone, you've still got to get up, go up to the iPod or iPhone, scroll through the tracks, or use the remote control, and then select. And so it's pretty useless, really. Now with this, you can have the dock right by you, and your speaker's the other side of the room. You can see what's going on. Okay, you could use the remote to scroll through the tracks, but that'd be dumb too. So it's right by you, it's convenience, that's all it is. In addition to working with the iPod and the iPhone using the 30-pin connector here, it's also got an auxiliary input on the back. So if you've got a different type of music-enabled mobile phone, there are plenty of them out there, or if you've got a mini disc player, if people still use those, or any other audio device, you can just take the lead out of the 3.5mm output on that device and put it into the back here, and it will transmit the music wirelessly from the dock to wherever the speaker system is. Now, this isn't just all about iPod and iPhone and portable music-enabled devices. This is about computers and about TV. So the speakers have been designed to be as small as possible, so they could go either side of your computer. And we've managed to achieve the small size by using something called a dual concentric speaker. So normally you would have a separate tweeter and a separate driver, and that takes up quite a bit of room. With this, the design is such that we have the tweeter in the middle here, and then the driver around it. That's what dual concentric means. Not only does it allow for a much smaller speaker size, but it gives a much more focused sound. So the sound field you get from these speakers is very accurate. So if it's a live recording and musicians are in a certain position on the stage, as long as that recording's been done properly, you'll actually feel and hear where the musicians are when they're playing. Now, connectivity on the back of the speaker, this is where it gets interesting and sexy. As well as having the dock transmitting wirelessly to the amplifier, which is built inside here, we've also got an auxiliary input. So, for example, you could run out of your TV headphone socket directly into here. The majority of people these days are buying flat panel TVs, and I think it's fair to say that the speaker amplifier systems that are built into those TVs are borderline rubbish. Now with this, just take the feed out of the TV into these, you've got a half decent amplified speaker system for your TV. It's also got a USB input on the back, so you can run audio straight out of your computer, straight into these. So it covers most applications that one would have in the home. So to summarise, iPod, iPhone, any music-enabled device, TV, and computer. So that's the 2.0 system. 2.1 system, exactly the same, except that we've got the subwoofer here. Now that's going to provide far more oomph and bass. It goes quite a bit louder, but it's a similar setup. The amplifier is built into the subwoofer, and all the connectivity is on the back. So we have the USB input for your computer, the auxiliary input for your TV, or indeed anything else. And we also put on a dedicated subwoofer input as well for those people who have already got a system that perhaps is a bit ropey because it hasn't got our name on it, and they just want to use the subwoofer. The system comes in black or white, as you can see, and it's available right now.